This is Tara Carr with Tara Talks for KDIV 98.7 FM. You know what, guys? It's still Women's History Month. So we are taking this opportunity to highlight local women who are leaders in the community doing big things in Northwest Arkansas. And today I have with me Nicole Clowney. Nicole is an attorney, educator, mother of two beautiful little girls, also running for office, running for Arkansas State House representing District 86. Nicole, it's a mouthful, but how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you, Tara?
Excellent. Good. Very good. So one thing that I've loved that I've seen recently, I saw an article that said there are 500 women running for office in 2018. And so I just think that's a phenomenal thing that's happening across the nation. So tell me your story. Tell me what inspired you to run for office?
Sure. So as you mentioned, I am a lawyer. I practice law working at a nonprofit, and I teach now at the University of Arkansas. So the issues that I'm running on have always been really important to me, but I never saw myself in the role of elected official until I started to see people who were sort of reacting to the November 2016 election and saw grassroots movements that were really effective by just putting in the work.
Okay.
And it's the kind of work, the planning and coalition building and problem solving work that I think we see women doing
anyway,
in their families or in their communities. Exactly. Sure. And I did a little digging and I found out that women make up 52% of the electorate in Arkansas and only 18% of the legislature.
Ooh, that's not good.
So, why not now?
Yeah, and that's probably a story in other states as well, which is why the trend is happening. But I really love that. So what challenges have you faced just being a woman in politics?
I've not been at this long, but in the few months that I've been a woman in politics, I think they're the same challenges that women face in any arena.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it is. We have to work twice as hard to get taken half as seriously.
Yeah.
But it's also been really liberating because women are ready for something new.
Yeah.
And so being a woman in politics gives me the freedom to try really new and fun things. Like this past weekend, we had an event called Politics in the Park.
Okay.
And we just showed up at the park with string cheese and juice boxes and campaign literature.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that women are understanding now that they have a place in politics, and women who are running are meeting people where they're at to help them have a political voice.
Yeah. So what advice would you have for someone who maybe wants to run for office one day, or just someone, particularly a woman who wants to get more involved in politics? A lot of times we shy away from it and definitely don't talk about it. But, like you said, with that November election, a lot of people want to get more involved.
Yeah. No, it's true. I think women a lot of times convince ourselves that we're not qualified enough or experienced enough to have a role. And that's not an accident. That's what a lot of people want us to think. Yeah. So, I would say acknowledge that there are limitations to your knowledge, and that's okay. There's never a perfect time. Nobody knows everything.
Yeah.
What I want in a politician is somebody that says, you know what, I don't know everything, and I'm going to work so hard to learn what I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
And so I think if you're not ready to run, learn about things in other ways. Become involved in campaigns. Yeah. Even if you've never had any political experience, I guarantee you can find a candidate that will find work that you are excited to do, and it'll feel good.
That's awesome. Yeah. And you are also the founder of the Northwest Arkansas chapter of Moms Demand Action.
That's right.
What inspired you to get involved with that as well?
Yeah, there was a campus shooting in 2015 in Oregon, and I don't know why that one affected me more than any others, but it did.
Because unfortunately there have been
there are so many.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that one was just, I said, enough, I've got to do something. So I contacted the folks in Little Rock, and they said, there's no chapter in your state. Do you want to start one? Or in your corner of the state. There's no group in Northwest Arkansas. Do you want to start one? And I laughed because I did that thing where I said, no, I'm not qualified enough.
Someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then I realized after 2016 that it's going to take all hands on deck if we want to preserve the things that are the most dear to us. Yeah. And so I took up the call, and the great thing was there was a whole group of women that were ready to do it with me.
Yeah. And you had an opportunity, along with several other women who are running in this area, to speak at the Women's March a couple of months ago. And that was exciting. What was it like for you to just look out and see the sea of women and, people who are taking a stand for women's rights, LGBTQ rights, Black Lives Matter, immigration rights, and just so many other important issues. What was that experience for you?
I mean, it was goosebumps and tears all day. But you're right. You said that I spoke for a little bit, and I was so fortunate to. But that's the really important thing, I think, is that my speaking was brief. And the great thing about that event was that the people that had the microphone that day are the people that we really needed to hear from the most. Because we don't need to speak for other communities. We need to hand them the microphone.
Yeah.
And so getting the opportunity to speak was once in a lifetime, and I'll never forget it. But I think even more powerful was just having the chance to listen that day. Yeah.
Nicole?
Yes.
Do you consider yourself to be a feminist? And if so, why or why not? I'm always surprised that can be a controversial word. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. I am a feminist. Women's rights are human rights, period.
Yeah, awesome. It should be that simple. Unfortunately, it's a longer discussion. Who's a woman either in history or alive today that you would love to just sit down and chat with, invite to dinner, and why or why not?
I would love to chat with Ida B. Wells because I, as a woman who's kind of taken a stand in the gun violence prevention movement, the ability that she had to address grotesque physical violence just with the power of words is so powerful, and I would love the chance to talk about that. And just, the courage that she had. The courage that she had to put herself at great personal risk, in the line of fire because there was this horrific injustice happening and nobody else was stepping up. Those are the kind of women I love, right? Like Emma Gonzalez in Parkland, who's one of these students standing up to the NRA. She just had enough. That's who I want to have dinner with.
I love that. That would be a great, interesting conversation. What's a quote or a motto that you tend to live by?
Oh, that changes a lot. Right now I'm very into the Beatles song, Hey Jude. And so particularly the line that says, don't you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world a little colder. And the reason I love that song is because it's about the importance of being vulnerable and not letting sadness harden you, but kind of taking the pain that's in the world, letting it in, and then letting it inspire you to action. And that that's what makes us better.
Okay, great. And how can our listeners follow you online?
Oh, great. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Nicole Clowney, AR. All social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find me there. And I have a website, NicoleClowney.com.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's great. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of this.
Thank you. We just want to say Happy Women's History Month to you. We see what you're doing. One of 500 women taking a stand, and we appreciate that. Thank you for being here today. More information is available at NicoleClowney.com. This is Tara Carr for Tara Talks with KDIV 98.7 FM, the voice of the city, the voice of diversity.